The biggest benefit of NoFap is regaining total control of your life. But do you know exactly how to do NoFap? If you have lots of doubts, this video is exactly for you. Make sure to stay until the end because I will share my best tips to accelerate your results with NoFap. The most important thing you need to do to practice NoFap is to give your brain a rest from all artificial sexual stimuli. This goes from compulsively watching Instagram models up to those weird genres of porn. In this sense, it's a wise decision to quit social media while you are rebooting, because even though you can convince yourself that you can handle it, many of your relapses are due to binge watching girls on Instagram and TikTok. You can reinforce your commitment to practicing NoFap by deleting all the porn you have downloaded, as well as deleting all social media apps from your phone. I strongly believe that a reboot is better achieved by quitting masturbation and orgasm as well. But what happens if you are in a relationship? I think that sex with your significant other is a healthy thing to do. But the thing is that there will be villains that will get in your way in the forms of withdrawal effects. The most common and terrifying one is called the flatline. You will recognize this period because nothing in your life will feel pleasurable. Your libido will go away. You will literally have no energy and desire to do anything. You will feel lazy, irritated, and with no energy. But the great news is that during this period, your brain will be healing and rewiring to its original settings. As annoying as this period is, it's one of the most important ones in your recovery process. Another common withdrawal effect are mood swings. I remember feeling irritated, tired, and sad all in a couple of hours. There's nothing to worry about here because when you no longer suppress your emotions with a constant supply of fake sex, the normal thing for them is to pop up into your awareness so you can finally deal with them. Emotions are made to be felt, not to be suppressed. And the most common withdrawal symptom are intense sexual urges that you will have to tame if you want to do NoFap long term. Understanding the harm that porn does to your brain will help you control the urges, and that's why I recommend you read Your Brain on Porn by Gary Wilson. This book contains scientific information, personal success stories, and strategies to successfully quit porn. I will put a link in the description where you can get it for free by signing up to your audible.com free trial. Moving on, there are basically two ways of dealing with urges. The first are instant solutions, which are things that distract you immediately from the urge. The most common ones are doing lots of push-ups, squats, or even jumping jacks. Other people like to hold your breath or even take a cold shower. I think these are good distractions when you are just starting out and you need a quick way out. But the problem is that you will not be able to take a cold shower every time you feel horny. That's why you have to tame your urges by realizing that they will be part of the rest of your life. I strongly believe that urges remind you of your creative power. At the end of the day, sexual energy can create another human. How crazy is that? Could you get a fit body with that amount of energy? I think so. Could you create a side hustle? Yes, you can. Urges have to be seen as your friend, and this is the only long-term solution. They are nothing more than your creative energy that's seeking an outlet. As magic as this seems to be, you will eventually relapse, and you will feel very sad, but it is part of the process. A relapse is not a failure. You can only fail if you quit and give up. Every relapse can teach you something about your particular approach to NoFap. These are some useful questions that you can reflect upon after you have relapsed. How are you feeling? Were you looking at hot girls on social media? Did you want to escape stress? That said, there are very smart things you can do to avoid relapsing. The first thing that you must avoid is edging. This basically means that if you watch porn and masturbate without an orgasm, you're fine. In my opinion, this is dead wrong. If you think that it's okay to watch porn and masturbate as long as you don't orgasm, you are not doing NoFap and you are not rebooting. The main problem is artificial sexual stimulation, so quit fantasizing, social media, and anything that triggers you sexually other than real girls. This sounds terrifying, huh? You might be asking yourself, how long is this going to last? Whether you are in a relationship or not, go for at least 100 days without porn and masturbation. The main goal is to rewire your brain to its default settings, so if you need more time, go for more days. What I've found is that abstaining from porn and masturbation 24/7 has created really good benefits in my life. That's what I practice. I know that you want to accelerate your recovery, so I want to give you my best tips in order for you to see results as fast as possible. The first tip is to join the NoFap Reddit community. This community was ultra helpful during my recovery. You will find like-minded people that are in the same journey as you. My second tip is to use a day counter to keep yourself accountable and to reset it when you have relapsed without excuses. Coming up next, it's very useful to start an exercise routine so you can find a positive outlet for your newly found energy. My fourth tip is to meditate in order to realize that you are not your thoughts and that you are ultimately the one who decides what you will do each time a thought arises. Moving on, you can journal to process all those bottled emotions that will show up. I always journal when I feel confused or in a bad mood in order to get rid of my negative emotions and get positive insights. My sixth tip is to learn self-compassion. You will mess up, it's normal, you are a human. Coming up next, abstain from instant gratification in the form of alcohol, weed, video games, and so on. Tip number 8 is to find a hobby that you like just for the sake of doing it, so you can use your energy at something meaningful to you. But what about all the benefits that you could experience? You can take a look at the most amazing benefits right here.